Only a fool would deny the existence of a creator. Jesus said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. It's not you shall believe in something, or you shall believe what a speaker says on a stage, and then you will force yourself to believe that because you have fear of going to hell, and then that will set you free. No, you shall know the truth. And I just happen to align very deeply with Jesus as God, without going into the entire trifecta of how Muslims think about Jesus. Because we can go back and forth on this. It'll be an eternal conversation.
Yeah, we can have an argument on the podcast.
But I look at Jesus as the most important figure in human history. I align with his values. I align with his principles. I've yet to hear somebody say something poorly about Jesus, about how he conducted himself, about how he thought about women, about how he thought about society. He was an anarchist against the priests in the temple, and he was an anarchist against the status quo, and he preached love and acceptance and love for God and love for the Father. So I resonate deeply with him, and I've chosen to believe in his worldview, and it's played out extremely well. We can definitely have conversations in the future or off the podcast as to what it looks like at a divine level, whether he's God or whether he's a prophet. And that's one of the differentiations between Christianity and Islam. Yeah. But that would be a really long conversation.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That wouldn't be for CEO Cast. Tune in for Godcast coming soon.
No, but you know what? I'm not going to question you about it on this podcast. We may speak about it off camera, because I know after you've said that, people are going to say, why didn't I say this back and forth to Luke? But I respect people. But what I will say is you will never catch a Muslim saying a bad thing about Jesus, of course. The reason why I bring up the topic of religion is because I present this question to you of, do you believe that this is all written by God and your destiny was written by God? Yeah, and God's given it to you. Like, do you thank God for where you are right now? Or
if we think about a divine creator outside of time, space, and matter, so he operates in past, present, future at the same time, then it makes sense that there is a knowledge as to what is going to happen and what is going to come. But we also have decision-making power. We have free will. We have the ability to choose and determine our actions on a daily basis, what we want to do. God isn't putting a gun to your head saying, hey, you need to come and pray to me. Hey, you need to develop a better relationship with yourself. Hey, you need to stay away from addiction. These are choices that you have the ability to make. Yeah, God may know the future and the consequences of your actions, and he may know the path that is destined for you, but you still have to walk it. You still have to take the steps. So there's a duality between divine knowledge and human nature that has to kind of come and converge. And that's where the journey of faith comes in, where you trust that God has everything under control. But under control doesn't necessarily mean that it's not going to be painful. And under control doesn't necessarily mean that life is going to give you exactly what you want. Because what you may think to be good, what you may think to be healthy, what you may think to be right, is based off of your finite human mind and what you know. But God knows everything. So God may test you with things that in the time they may feel like pain, and they may feel like suffering, and they may feel like hurt, but eventually they'll flourish. And they will be lessons that will teach you how to become better, how to get closer to him, how to deepen your faith.